Okay.
Peace, family. I know I'm a little late, but I am here. Yeah, I am here with another married couple. So we're talking about the great continuum, which is black marriage. So y'all know I got this thing about we got to talk to those who actually are married when you're discussing marriage, because if you don't really do it, then it's hard for you to kind of talk about what you think it is. So that's why we're doing this. So I am with dear sister Essence, right?
Yes.
What's your married name?
Essence Webb, yeah.
Okay, y'all the Webbs.
Yeah.
So these are the Webbs, y'all. These are the Webbs. So we're gonna be talking with them about marriage. So my first question: that your husband's name is Lamont.
Yeah, Lamont. Yeah.
Lamont, who you named after? Your dad or Sanford and Son?
Say that one more time.
I said, who you named after? Your dad or Lamont on Sanford and Son? I have a friend who's named after Lamont.
Neither one.
Oh, okay.
I had a great uncle. His middle name was Lamont, and I believe I was named after him.
Right on. I just love that name. That's like one of my favorite. I just thought he was the finest brother back in the 70s. And so I really love watching Sanford and Son because Fred is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, in essence, your name. Origins.
My mom and dad. I think my mom really liked the Essence magazine.
Okay.
I never got no special, definition or reason why. I think it was she liked the magazine and wanted something different and named me Essence.
So so here's the question for both of you all, Essence and Lamont. I love that. That sounds really nice. What was your ideal of marriage growing up? When you were young, did you ever had any ideas in your teen years about just marriage?
I'll go first. For me, both of my parents were married until my dad passed away, so my mom is a widow. And so my idea was just what I saw in my house and what I saw from them. They, married, young, and I didn't, out of all of on both sides of the family, I mainly, my mom and dad from both of their sets of siblings were the main ones that were married, and they're the oldest as well. So my mom is one of 7 and my dad is one of 10, and the oldest, and that's basically what I saw. The idea is really just from what I seen growing up in my own household. I wouldn't say there was a whole lot of family members that were married. On my mom's side there were, but that's it. I think Lamont a little different for him.
Okay, Lamont, bring him up to you.
Yeah, growing up for me, my parents are still together this day, and so all I seen was married couples. So my mother is one of 10. And pretty much everybody on her side, all my aunts and uncles are all married. And if they're not, it's because they were widowed. So pretty much that's all I know is when you get old, you have kids, you get married. So I just knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when it was going to happen.
Right on. So with that being said, how did the two of you all meet?
Well, we met at the Boys and Girls Club. So we used to work at the Boys and Girls Club. I worked at the Boys and Girls Club for a long time. I know Kim Williams really good. That was kind of my first job for years. I worked there when they first opened at Fruit Ridge, and then when they moved over to what's the one downtown?
What is it, G Street?
Yeah, G Street. I worked there as the girls' education coordinator, and I did.
And I was the athletic director.
And yeah, he was the athletic director there. So he was. I worked there first. And then he started there later, and we were just kind of friends, like co-workers. See each other at work and stuff. He'd be in different section, I in different section.
She used to always smile at me when she walked by.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up.
Okay.
Giving me that eye.
And we just start connecting and kind of talking, and it started off just being friends, just kind of co-workers and stuff, and And then we end up dating, and we kind of hid it because we want the kids to know that we was dating.
Why?
Because we just didn't want, because the kids used to tease us, be like, "Do you like him? He like you? Do you like him?"
Oh, the
and
kids at the place. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't want we didn't want the kids at the Boys and Girls
That's
Club
right
that we
on.
were working. We
Professionalism.
yeah, we didn't really want them to know that we was dating and stuff. So we it was kind of secret until later. Yeah, so we just met, and then I think all the coworkers start figuring it out, knowing.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, y'all seeing each other.
Yeah.
So how long did y'all date before y'all got married?
Oh God, like
Dated for
6 years. Yeah, 6 years.
Y'all dated for 6 years?
6 years.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. Okay, they dated
Yeah,
for 6
because
years.
we've been together 18 years and been married 12.
Right on.
Yeah, so we dated 6 years, and had our daughter. Our 4th year we was married. Yeah, I mean 4th year. So we was dated 4 years. We had our first child, and then we got married when she was 2.
Yeah, 2 years later we got married after our first one was born.
Okay, so with that being said, like how many years y'all been married all together?
12.
12 years.
12 years.
But y'all were together 6 years before you got married.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, that's a good long time.
Yeah.
What made y'all wait those 6 years before you got married?
Essence was going into graduate school. I was still trying to pursue a career in football, and then the timing was just never right to do it. It just kind of worked out that way. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't, I had to wait a certain amount of time. It was just the timing wasn't right because we were still finding ourselves. She was still going to school. I was still trying to do something too, so we didn't want anything to interfere with our individual goals. And then once all that was completed, then we finally did it.
Yeah. We were still living at home. Still, I was in grad school and still trying to figure out, what I wanted to do, and he was still doing his thing. So it just wasn't just the timing.
So what is the purpose of marriage to each of you?
I think for you to become one, for a couple to become one and really you want to basically leave your nest and come together and start a family, start
Just work as a unit.
Yeah, work as a unit in order to be one.
Working as a unit. There that go again. Marriage is working as a unit. That's real good. I'm making a little note on that. So did a lot of y'all friends get married at the same time? Is there, because sometimes people get married in clusters.
My best friend
He got
got
married.
married 4 months before I did.
Wow.
And I think one of my close friends got married a couple months before I did. My friend Maya, I think, I want to say Melanie got married.
A year after.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of that we were close to, family and friends, and because we come from large families, we're really closer to, like, our friends are our cousins, and so a lot of our cousins, we all kind of got married. Some of us got married back to back, couple of years apart, I think, and stuff. So, and then a few friends as well. So I would say for the most part, it kind of happened together a little bit.
So when you all get married, was there a certain criteria you were looking for in a husband, certain criteria you were looking for in a wife? And y'all, just so you know, Lamont is driving on a freeway in Texas, coming from work. So that's why we have the phone. I forgot to say that. So was there a certain criteria?
Go ahead.
It wasn't like a major criteria, but I wanted good family values, someone that believed in God, someone that wanted marriage, that wasn't trying to find a way out, that seen marriage work, the ups and downs, just someone that can be a good mother, had that motherly instinct, I don't know how to really say it, but
and I think, for me, I think I also looked at someone that has similar background. Family is extremely important to both of us. We both, like I said, have large families, and we're real close to our families. And so just someone that knows that, is a time to spend with your family, it's time to spend with my family. We want to have family over, we want to go over family. We want to make sure our kids are connected to our families, and someone who could be a provider. I was extremely close to my dad before he passed, and so I definitely, wanted what I saw in my dad. He was definitely a man's man and took care of his family and stuff, and I wanted someone like that as well and stuff, and someone that valued, their wife, their children, and just being connected to their family. So that was major for me, finding someone that, and I think that's how we vibed a lot too. When we kind of met each other's family, he saw how I was with my family, I saw how he was with his family, and I was like, oh, okay, I could get in with them. They can, he can get in with them, and he got along good with all my male cousins, and it kind of worked out really good. And then I had a good relationship with his girl cousins, so it really worked out that way. Yeah.
So what I really hear is that, so you have your own criteria, but I'm also hearing like you got to be able. You're not just marrying me, but you're marrying my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you can't get along with my family, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
No matter how much I wanted to, it'd just be too much because I'm too close to them.
Yeah.
Right on. I like that.
And that's the same thing for me. I know a lot of people, we don't have our family in our business, and we don't want, that part of it, but at the same time, because I value and I love and I like to be around my family, I don't want someone who every time I want to go do a family activity, they say they don't want to come, or they don't get along with somebody, or they don't like being around my family. If that would have been the case, then we wouldn't have been able to be together.
Exactly.
So what does y'all support network look like in your marriage? Because support, that also says support as well.
I would say my sister is, I think my support. I don't know, Lamar, who you think is our support? I think, friends, family. I don't know if we have anybody in particular, like we don't have nobody like in particular, like an older couple stuff. We have a lot of people that we see, and we like, we like what we see as far as an older couple, them being married and what they do and things like that. But I wouldn't say we have anybody that we go and talk to really. We both, I talk a lot with my sister, and yeah.
I have individual talks with my dad, so he will probably be my biggest support, but I don't go to him for with problems. I'll give him different scenarios on how to work this out, or how can I get through this, or how can I communicate this to my wife. But we don't go and I don't tell him everything we're fighting over this, or that she's doing this all the time. It's just every now and again we'll have a good father-son talk, and I really look up to my father because he's been married. My parents have been married for over 30 years.
Wow.
So if I need some advice, I'm normally going to him before I will go to anybody else.
That's what's up. That's what I meant when I said that. Like that's.
I'll talk to my mom, but I don't. Not really bad. If I'm mad at him or we having issues, I'm not gonna tell my mom. I'm not gonna tell my mom I think the main person I would tell is probably my sister. I wouldn't tell a lot of people because I tell that to other couples too, and other people is that you get mad at your spouse or whoever you're dating, and you go tell your family or your parents, and no matter what the situation is, they gonna be kind of on your side, and then you get back with that person, they not gonna understand it.
We'll talk about
Exactly. So I don't like to tell my my mom anything that if I'm real pissed at him or something. I might tell my sister, I might tell a couple of my cousins and stuff, but that's about it and stuff. So we don't. Other than that, we don't have nobody else, really.
What about children?
So we have 2 girls. We have a
Right.
15-year-old that goes to Laguna,
So young. So
and we
young.
have a 10-year-old that goes to
That's turning
Donner.
11 in
Yes,
2 weeks.
yep, she'll be 11 in 2 weeks. And you know, we love them to death. They are close sisters, and
They are my life.
yeah, I would. You know, we happy. He wanted a boy, but it didn't happen, and we not having no more.
Not having a tiebreaker? Not a tiebreaker. That's my joke all the time.
No, we're not having no more. So we got 2 girls, and you know, they are our everything. I think right now in our life is evolved around them.
Pretty much.
Everything, yeah,
Everything
everything
we
is
do,
around them.
Every
Like,
day is what's their schedule.
Yeah.
And we make our schedule.
yeah, our schedule's absolutely around them.
So, what is the role of a husband and what is the role of a wife in marriage?
We might have different takes on that.
I
don't
just
know. The role. I mean, I see a wife as. I mean, I can see a wife and husband. I think as a caretaker. I would say someone who holds down everything, not only the children in the household, but also my husband, and making sure that things are taken care of in regards to appointments and you know, things that need to get done. I don't know. I won't per se say that's a role that should just be a wife's role. That is just a role that has been laid upon myself.
Okay.
Looking at it from my end, the role of a husband is just someone that is the backbone of the family, the provider, the protector. Everything I do, I try to do in something that I can be proud of for my girls. Because one day they're going to grow up and find a man, and I want them to know how a man is supposed to treat a lady.
And tell it.
So when she picks a good man, I'll know that she followed and was watching me, waking up every morning, going to work, coming home, whether if I'm cooking dinner or doing whatever it needs to be done. So she doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff. That's my role, and I'm supposed to be his provider. If there's any kind of problems, I'm supposed to be the protector. Somebody that will be there for them all the time. And I always tell them I'm only a phone call away. So that's what I've always done. That's what I grew up doing, and that's kind of how I'm going to continue to work. And I think that's my role I've kind of adapted as a husband.
Yeah.
Right on. So, is it important in a marriage to have somewhat of the same beliefs, and even in spirituality? Is that mandatory? Like he, you know, like you believe in this and he believe in that, or this like no, we gotta.
I think it's necessary in order to be on one page, in order for you to be one, come as one. That you guys may that you need to kind of have some of the same beliefs and have the same values. I think our situation and stuff was a little unique because I was raised more in Baptist Christian church, and he was raised Seventh-day Adventist. But I was very familiar with Seventh-day Adventist because my mother's side of the family is all Seventh-day Adventist. And so I was not foreign to it, and I wasn't. And so when we start dating, I would go to church with him sometimes. Sometimes he would come with me, and we had a lot of conversations about what we were going to decide to do. But ultimately, he did come to my church.
You did get him to come to church.
Yes, to go to my church. And, but we still go, like, if his family's having something and at a Seventh-day Adventist church, I'll go with him. I'll go. I don't have no problem and stuff. But we did grow up different churches. Okay. But at the same time, we both believe in God, and we both have a spiritual background. I wouldn't say that we're not gonna go out and preach to you, because we still got our own growing to do. Right. But we do believe in God, and we will go to church, but we not know, No butter week.
So y'all have a question in the room. Basically, the person's asking, what do you consider to be your greatest asset in your marriage, and what do you consider to be your greatest weakness? That's just a question from the room.
My greatest asset is, I think I communicate pretty good.
Communication is great.
Being married to Miss Essence Webb, I believe my patience is incredible. So I think that's my best asset.
Is being patient. Okay.
I like that.
I think my greatest asset is, I guess, being a giver and a caretaker and someone who is always a listening ear and open to different things, but I'm a little spoiled. I'm spoiled, can be a brat, but I think I don't know. That's a good question. And then our weaknesses.
If there's a weakness in your marriage, like something, or I always say like something you're working on.
I think something I'm working on that we're both kind of working on is communication when it comes to spending financial. Financial is our weakness that we just have to continue to pray on and work on. Growing up, I would say my mom was a shopper, and I am a shopper too, and would often, and I still do, and I'm working on it. You know, my husband say no, we don't need to spend no more. I shop and I hide it. Wear it later.
You really do that? Oh wow!
Wear it later and be like, I've been had this. What you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's about like yeah.
So I that is our weakness is finance, and
Bring
that
yourself
is
up a little because your mic, they can't see your mic. Thank you.
Yeah, our weaknesses is I think our finances.
So
Yeah,
that's something we're definitely. It's been a struggle, but we're definitely
working on
that.
yeah.
And we have our good times and we have our bad times, but it's a constant. We're constantly working on that.
Yeah.
It's never where we want it to be.
Yeah.
Right on. When y'all got married, did y'all environment change? Did your friends change? I mean, you know, did you have less single friends? Did you, like?
Go ahead.
I began having more associates than friends.
Yeah.
Just because of the simple fact, I wasn't really going to the clubs anymore. I couldn't, I wouldn't say couldn't. I just didn't want to stay out and do the things I was doing when I was single anymore.
You got your beautiful
pretty
wife.
much, luckily my best friend, he got married a couple months before me. So we always kind of stayed close because we understood each other. So it was never like a peer pressure on either one of our ends. If I didn't want to go out or if he didn't want to go out, or we'll just go chill at each other's house instead of going to the club or going to the bar. So I would say my friend zone got a little smaller.
Right on.
Yeah. I think my friend zone has always been.
Your sister.
It is my cousins. They know my cousins and my sister, and I got a few close friends, and I think pretty much the same people that I've had for years. I'm a little old school, get from my mom and my grandma. I don't believe in having a lot of extra women and friends around my men or my I don't do that. So I don't have I wouldn't say I have a lot of single friends, or I have friends that just come over and kick it with us or do stuff. I don't believe in that. So that's just how I was raised.
That brings me to this question. And as a married couple, this is a good, because about old. I think this is old school. Some people today don't think it's old school, but I think it's all school. I mean, always going to be in the school rules. When your husband is not home and his friends stop by the house,
Oh, no,
Do
that
you
don't
invite
happen.
him in, or do you bet he's not here? Just give him a call, or he don't stop by because
They
you just
don't-
call your husband.
They just call my husband. His friends don't stop by. They probably think I'm mean anyway. But at the but at the same time, no, he don't have no friends that just stop by. And my friends definitely not just stopping by if I'm not there. That's I think for the most part, both sets of our friends know that that's not happening. We don't, and we just don't. We don't have a lot of that and stuff. And the
That's
ones
what's up.
the friends that we do have are, married or couples, and maybe it's like you got to plan stuff with us ahead of time. Ain't nobody just stopping by our house. That's not happening.
You're not just stopping by the house no more. You
Yeah.
gotta go before you
Yeah,
come by.
yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the front door.
Exactly, yeah, because I'm like, who's here? Yeah, only people that maybe do that is family. Other than that, no, we don't have that.
What are some other rules that y'all have in your marriage that usually people don't talk about? I live by the girl code. I don't know what girl code is like. You don't date somebody that dated your friend. I've always lived in that. You don't call somebody's mama by their first name. Like, I just grew up with those kind of rules.
Yeah.
Is there particular rules in marriage that y'all kind of adhere to a little bit?
I mean, the main thing is we don't tell people what's going on with as far as our problems, whether it be
Right on.
whether we arguing or stuff that whether it be finances, whether it be whatever's going on, it's kind of between us, and we may each have one person that we talk to that we know is not gonna say anything, and that may be his best friend or his dad, and for me, my sister, or maybe a cousin or something. Outside of that, we don't go and tell people what's going on, and you may have came by our house, and we may have just gotten the biggest argument in the world, but you ain't gonna know.
Yeah.
Right on.
And stuff, and so
You learn how to act.
yeah, we do. I will say that we're good actors. We're good
Hey.
actors.
Most of the time it's for real, but
Yeah.
random times it's like, yeah, okay, what's name's coming over?
Yeah, and we just kind of straighten up and call it a
How
day.
do y'all interact with your children? Like, for instance, when I was growing up, if I wanted to do something, one time I tried to go ask my dad first instead of my mom, because I knew my mom was going to say no. And my dad got hit. People say, well, what your mama say? And I'd be like, no, what do you say? Whatever your mama said, that's what I said. And I would be like, oh.
I think the kids still do that. And it's girls. So girls are like, Daddy can't do nothing wrong. I'm the mean one. I'm the evil one. I'm the one that says no. I'm the one that yells the most. I'm the one that cuss a lot in the house. So I would say they are Daddy's girls. And Mama, they will like Mama when they want something that they know that he may not totally agree with. But for the most part, they probably get along with their dad better than me a little bit, because I'm more stern about stuff. And I'm more a little bit on them, especially about cleaning up and stuff and doing stuff around the house. I used to work on Sundays, and oh God, when I would come home, it's like all three of them just had a relaxed, lazy day, and I would come home like, what the hell's going on?
Because it's
So
Sunday. No,
yeah,
so
so I would say they are definitely Daddy's girls, and Mommy is the mean one. Mommy is more the strict one, and I admit I'm the cusser in the house.
But do y'all have a strategy to how you deal with your girls?
We both agree. Like, if it's something major, we'll talk about it first, and the girls will know. Like, if I know something they trying to ask, and they'll try to ask me and then go ask him, I will always go and tell him, I already told them no, don't, I know they're gonna probably try to ask you later, but I talk very loud, and I talk very loud in the house, that sometimes by the time they didn't ask me something, try to be low about it, I done said it loud that he know kind of what's going on before they go and talk to him and stuff. So we do communicate in regards to that, but we haven't had any major things. Now we had a teenager. She does go and try to ask him stuff before me, or talk to him about stuff before me. But for the most part, we don't have no problems out of the girls. They pretty, they involve in a lot of activities, and we don't have a lot of problems or them trying to go back and forth.
How do y'all go ahead.
Oh,
Say right.
yeah. Did you
No,
have?
I was just saying I agree with what she said.
How do y'all celebrate your marriage?
We like to. Well, I love to have parties. I love to have like events, and I like to. That's kind of like my little side hobby. I like to do little parties and events. So we will maybe sometimes do something for our anniversary. Sometimes before he moved to Houston and is working out there, I would, sometimes, we would go. We both like to watch movies a lot, so we both.
What kind of movies you like watching? Lifetime movies?
No, we like to go to the movies. We like to go to the movies, and so yeah, go out to eat, go to different. Yeah, we like to go places, so we will. We'll do little stuff like that, and then if it's for special occasions, we love like our birthdays and anniversaries. I think what was it not this year that just passed, our 11th anniversary. We did with the bike. What was it? The bike downtown. Where you drink and you bike.
Oh yeah, you bike around the city.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, it's like a biking bar or something.
Yeah, biking bar or something. We did that with we picked other couples, other friends that we both had to agree. It had to be friends that we both get along with and we like and stuff.
That's important.
And so we invited people, and we just had a good time, and we just like to kind of we like to do stuff as a family, the four of us a lot. All four of us love to watch movies. We love to go to like beachy areas. Mm-hmm. So he used to live in San Diego for a minute. So we do like to, and that's where he proposed to me in San Diego.
Where in San Diego he proposed to you? Where?
I don't remember the.
Was it Mission Beach? Where
no,
was
it wasn't. It wasn't a beach. It was downtown. I don't even remember the name of it, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful. He what was it? Those horse and carriage, like a carriage.
Uh-huh.
It was me, our oldest daughter, and him, and we kind of rode in the carriage around, like, oh, let's just go ride around a little, like one of the little Cinderella carriages, and then I guess he already made arrangements with the guy and stuff, and so me and my baby was about to get out, and he had got out first, and when I turned around, he was on one knee and stuff, and other people was looking. It was really nice and stuff, and so, that's where he proposed to me at, and we like to go there. The girls like to go there. We love to go to the beach, so we like San Diego a lot, and we just like places. We are more like summer type of people, so we love like water and hot and that kind of stuff. So I would say as a family we like to go do that a lot and stuff, and that's how we kind of celebrate each other by like, okay, let's go to San Francisco and walk around and stuff. He's from Oakland, so going to Barry is not that big of a deal to him, but we do like to go to San Francisco and walk around and stuff. Beautiful. Yeah.
What is the final question? You just joined us. We're talking to the Webbs on the Great Continuum Black Marriage. And her husband is working in Texas, so he's with us by phone. And his name is Lamont, so it's Lamont in essence Webb. Final question: what advice would you give to young people who really want to get married?
I'll let him go, but I mean, I'll say no.
But that's a big one.
No,
Boom.
I would
What
say,
advice would you give?
I would say, really get to know each other first and date. Really date and get to know each other, get to know each other's family, get to know each other's likes and dislikes. Really have those tough conversations that a lot of people don't like to talk about, such as your finances, sex, your dislikes and likes, religion, all of that. I think that is extremely important to talk about before you get married. And then I always like to tell young couples too to remember that there's nothing wrong with going to counseling, whether it be premarital counseling or counseling afterwards, and to keep your family out of your business and your friends out of your business in regards to, like, if something going on, you shouldn't, go and run and tell your mom or go and run and tell your dad. I mean, you could go talk to people about some advice for certain things, but as far as talking to people about
Specifics.
but yeah, specifically what's going on, I don't suggest that
Because
at
people form
all.
opinions.
Yes, very much so. And
That's so true.
I would say, you know, not for people not to do that, and to just really really get to know each other before you get married.
Just take your time.
Yeah.
If she's going to be the one or if he's going to be the one, they're going to be the one. If you rush it and you don't know that person, or, I mean, we had our thing because we had our child before we got married. Just because you have a child don't mean you have to get married.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, take your time. Get to know the person. Get to really fall in love with that person. Get out of that infatuation stage, that lustful stage.
Yeah.
And then you'll know their likes, their dislikes. You'll know how to communicate. You'll know how to get through an argument. And just got to get to know each other because that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
And really get out of feeling like just because your family feel like, oh, you guys had a child, you got to get married. Or before you do this, you got to get married and stuff. You know, you got to kind of get past that and realize it's not about them. It's about you. It's about you and that person. And I think a lot of times people go into marriage because it's what their family expect them to do or want them to do because they have a child or because they've been together this long. And we have to really kind of get past that or feel like, oh, you can't do this with that person before, you know, you get married and stuff. And we probably did everything that we were supposed to do. We lived together before we got married. We had a child before we got married. I'm not suggesting people do that, but don't feel like you have to do what other people want for you. Don't feel like I didn't feel guilty about it. I still don't feel guilty about it. It is what it is. Our kids know that, you know, we did
everything on our rules.
On our rules, yeah.
When we wanted to do it without influence of other people.
Exactly.
I don't feel we got rushed into anything, and I believe that's why we made it this long because we found ways to work out our differences and to become a unit, and we're just trying to make that unit stronger and stronger as the years go by.
Yeah.
Right on. That was great advice and a great way to wrap up this interview. You guys were awesome. I'm learning so much from these interviews, and I love the realness. Every couple is so different, but I also keep hearing those basic things. Marriage is about being a unit. You know, marriage is about, you know, making sure you can improve the things, you know, recognize what there's always a lot of strengths.
Yeah, and it's an everyday challenge and struggle.
And it's not a fantasy.
Easy. Yeah, it's definitely
like
not
every
easy.
day we're home.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know no couple that lasted and be like, oh, every day is great. That is not reality. No. It's gonna be having its ups. It's gonna have its downs. It's gonna have its real good times.
Little petty things like him leaving the toilet seat up or your products all over the sink.
Oh, absolutely.
How y'all deal with that? Because that seems really petty, but some people are like, oh my God, like, why is her stuff all over the sink?
He thinks my stuff is all over his stuff, but I think that I think he has stuff all over the place, everywhere, more than I do.
That's so cute. I love it.
And stuff, but yeah, we have little pet peeves about what each other do, and I think it changes constantly. Sometimes it's like we'll improve a little bit, and then sometimes it just, I don't know, it's not going to improve and have to get past it.
Closing words. What do you love about your wife, and what do you love about your husband? Closing words.
Yeah, what do you love about him?
I love his ability to have fun with us and with me, no matter what the situation is, and his ability to, I can say I can definitely be a handful, and so that was one of the things I did look for someone. I know that I am a spoiled brat at times, and I could be a handful, and I need somebody that be like, look, girl, be quiet sometimes. And I appreciate his ability to do that without it going to a level where it would be, you know, considered something harmful and stuff. It's never like that. It's just more of, he knows how to walk away when I get extremely angry, and he knows how to stay and support me when I just need someone to listen and hear me out and stuff. And I think his ability just to love me with a lot of my ups and downs that I come with sometimes, and be able to have fun. That was one of the things that I always want somebody that's able to have fun. You know, I could sometimes be classy, and sometimes I could be ratchet. And I love that he can
Roll
do
with
that
it.
with me.
Right
And
on.
so that's what I would say I appreciate a lot about him. Now go on and talk about me.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
I just love her drive, her ability for hard working. She's a hard working, independent woman, but at the same time, she doesn't try to overstep me as being a man. So she's very supportive in that aspect. And then I just love the fact that she is family oriented, and she's an extremely good mother to my children. So I can't ask for anything more than that. So I love you, and those are your biggest attributes to me.
Oh, that
you.
was beautiful. That
Thank
fit like
you.
a
I love
glove.
you.
Thank y'all so much.
Okay.
So y'all, I'll be back on tomorrow with the Robinsons. They're in Atlanta, but they're going to come live on Facebook. And we're going to talk again about the great continuum, black marriage. Peace, family.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Your battery about to die.
I know, I see.